Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 7 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 7 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter data and graphs, and the lessons we're going to cover today are create frequency charts, interpret circle graphs and central angles, interpret line graphs and create line graphs. Let's just start with the lesson. Please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Okay, here I am on grade 7 math. The chapter we are on is data and graphs. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is create frequency charts. Okay, while doing a project of PE class, Adam researched that number of athletes competing in an international sporting event use the data to complete the frequency chart table. Basically, how do we complete the frequency chart table? You can see the numbers here are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, right? Frequency means how many times they appears in the given data. So number of athletes is 4, and 4 appears how many times in the data? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 appears 5 times in the data, right? Same way you have to check how many times 8 appears in the data. Let's just see 8 appears. 1. Just see the data carefully, right? 8 appears only one time in the given data, right? Okay, let's see. Yes, it appears only one time in the given data. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Basically, frequency table means you have to see how many times the data occurs in the given data, right? At a candy factory, butterscotch candies were packaged into bags of different sizes. Use the data to complete the frequency chart below. Find the missing number. So now you have the frequencies in the form of the range, right? For example, you have to see like the numbers in that start with 41, like from 41 to 60, right? 41 and 60 are also included. 41 to 60, 42, 43, 44, 47, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 number appears in the range 41 to 60, right? Now you have to see 81 to 100, 81, 83, 85, 87, 88, 94, right? 107 is not in the range because these are the numbers in between 80 and 94. So they appears 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. The correct option is 5. Got it? The correct option is 5. 81 to 100 appears 5 times in the given data. The correct option is 5. A candy dispenser put various numbers of orange candies into bags. Use the data to complete the frequency chart below. Okay, you have to see the number of orange candies in the bag. Only one, right? One orange candy. So one appears how many time in the given data? Only one time, right? That means the number of orange candies in one bag is only one. The correct option is 1. Just select the correct option and then click on the OK button. Okay, you have to see that receptionist at a doctor's office kept track of each patient's wait time, right? Use the data to complete the frequency chart below. Okay, you have to see how many patients have to wait from 31 to 40 minutes, right? So 31, 37, 39, 40, 33, 32, 37, 35. These are the numbers between 31 and 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the correct option is 7. The number of people are 7. The one who wait for 31 to 40 minutes are 7 people. The correct option is 7. A researcher recorded the number of cows on each farm in the country. Use the data to complete the frequency chart below. You have to complete for 7 to 8. Number of cows between 7 to 8, right? So the correct option is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When the data is arranged, it is very easy to find. You can see the data is arranged from least to greatest, right? Yes, the correct option is 5, right? So the number of cows from the 7 and 8 is 5. The architecture student counted the number of bricks in each building in her neighborhood. Use the data to complete the frequency chart below. So from 0 to 19, which is the correct option? 1, 2, 3. The correct option is 3, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Okay, let's just start with the next lesson, and the next lesson is interpret circle graphs, right? Okay, let's see how do we read data from the circle graphs. Wagner's Flooring sponsored a survey about home flooring preferences, right? You are given the carpeted is 6 by 11, the tiles 3 by 11, and then lamination is 2 by 11, right? Which list is arranged from the least popular flooring to the most popular flooring? You have to arrange them from least to greatest, right? So from least to greatest, you can go like 2 over 11, then you have 3 over 11, and then you have 6 over 11. So the correct option is 2 over 11. Then you have 3 over 11, and then you have. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. A jewelry chain that specializes in jewelry with semi precious gemstones records its annual revenue by gemstone type, right? Which gemstone is associated with the lowest sales revenue? So, which one has the lowest sales? You have to compare basically, right? You have to see the least one. So, they are 1 by 6, 1 by 6, 1 by 4, 1 by 6, 1 by 12, and 1 by 6. Which is the least one, the smallest value? Like you have to compare the fractions here. You have to see which fraction is the smallest one. So, the options are jade, amethyst, onyx, and aquamarine. So, which is the correct option? You can just see how do we compare, like 6 out of 1. And then you here have 12 out of 1, right? The 12 portions and out of 1, that is the smallest. So, amethyst is the smallest, right? Option number 2 is the correct option. Basically, you have to compare the fractions, right? A dealership in Auckland records its yearly revenue from each class of vehicles. Which list is arranged from the class with the highest sales to the class with the lowest sale? You have to arrange them from greatest to smallest, 2 by 11, 6 by 11, 3 by 11. So, which is the correct option? You have to just arrange these. So, which is the correct option? Greatest to least you have to arrange, right? So, 6 by 11 is the greatest one, SUVs is the first one. Just look at these two. Then you have 3 over 11, then you have vans, SUVs, vans, and then last one is trucks. So, option number 3 is the correct option, right? The correct option is option number 3. SUVs, vans, and trucks is the, that's how you arrange them from greatest to least. Okay, the next one is Jim, who has two different fruit trees growing in his yard, kept track of how many pieces of the fruit he packed this year. Which type of fruit did Jim pick more of? So, which is the correct option? Apples 65% and lemons 35%. No answers. Apples, right? You can see apples are 65% and lemons are 35%. So apples is the correct option. Okay, you can. Okay, the next one is teachers at Dover Elementary School ask students to name their favorite desserts. Which list is arranged from the dessert with the fewest votes to the dessert with the most votes? You have to arrange them from smallest to greatest. So, which is the correct option? You are given the percentages. So, which is the correct option? Ice cream is 10%, then you have cookies, then you have pudding, then you have candy, and then you have brownies. So, option number one is the correct option, right? Okay, some players are a, on a quad basketball team compared the total number of points they scored over the course of a year. Which player scored more points? 2 by 7 is more or 5 by 7 is more? Yes, that is Lela has more points, right? 5 out of 7. The correct option is Lela. Lela scored more points. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is the next lesson is create line graphs, right? Let's see how do we make the line graphs. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Okay, a restaurant's average food preparation time was tracked from day to day as part of an efficiency improvement program. Use the data in the table to complete the line graph below. Okay, so you are given the data, you have to use the data and complete the table. Now you have to see Sunday it is 40, Monday it is 10, then you have 20, 40, and 40. Just match these values to the graph, right? 40, 10, 20, 40, 40. Okay, 30. No, this isn't the correct option, right? The correct option is the one 40, 10, 20, 40, 40. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? Okay, each year of Somerville School District publishes its annual budget, which include information on the sports programs, pre-student spending. Use the data in the table to complete the following in to complete the line graph below. Okay, 20, 10, 10, 80, 50. Which is the correct option? 20, 10, 10, 80, and 50. Option number 1 is the correct option. You just have to match the values from the table to the graph, right? Justin, a doctor's office receptionist, track the average waiting time at the office each month. So use the data in the table to complete the line graph below. So you have to complete the line graph. So January 30, 60, 30, 50, 60. Just see which graph matched with the table of values, right? 30, 60, 30, 50, 60. 30, 60, 30, 50, 60. That is the correct option, right? Option number 1 is the correct option. A climatologist incorporated Alaska's monthly temperature into her weather model. Use the data in the table to complete the line graph below. So, which is the correct option? The values are 70, 60, 60, and 50. Yes, that option number 2 is the correct option. 70, 60, 60, and 50. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? Mrs. Hickman told students how many rounds to expect in the spelling bee based on previous years. Use the data in the table to complete the line graph below. So which is the correct option? 10, 6, 4, 6, and 14. 10, 6, 4, 6, and 14. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. 30, 10, 60, and 10. You just have to compare these values, right? 30, 10, 60, 10. 30, 10, 60, 10. That is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is interpret box and whisker plots. Okay, let's just start with the next lesson. So here is the box and whisker plot. Let's just start with the first example. A newspaper published some statistics about how long people spend watching TV each day. This box and whisker plot shows the result, right? So spent minute watching TV each day. A newspaper published some statistics about, okay, what is the range? The minutes. Okay, the range is the maximum value. You have the box and whisker plots from the minimum value to the maximum value. That is the 60 is the maximum value, right? And then you have to find the minimum value. So here you have 20, and that means that is 15, right? You have to find the range. For the range, you have to subtract the greatest value minus the smallest value. 60 minus 15, that means 45 is the range. Got it? The correct option is 45. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Trisha works as at a utility company and is tasked with reaching out the households to stop them reduce their energy usage. To this end, she examined bills of households in Drainville and Greenwood to see how much they use on a monthly basis. These box and whisker plots shows the result. Which city has a maximum value that is higher? You have to see which one has the maximum value, right? So this is the point that is the maximum value. Here you have 1200. So that means that would be 1100, right? And for this one, the maximum is 1200. You have to see the maximum value is higher, right? So obviously, then that means Greenwood has the higher maximum value because Greenwood has the value 1300. The correct option is Greenwood because Greenwood has the higher value, right? Mr. Dixon is a new teacher at Belmont Junior High. She wanted to make sure she wasn't assigning too much homework, so she asked each student to monitor how much time they spend studying each evening. This box and whisker plot shows the result. What is the minimum value? What is the minimum value? So which is the minimum value? This is the minimum value, right? So the minimum value is 30. The correct option is 30 minutes. An online health survey asked respondents to state how much time they spend exercising every day. This box and whisker plot shows the result. What percent of the people exercise for 60 or more minutes each day? So from 60% to 80%, that means 25% people exercise for 60 or more minutes. The correct option is 25%. because you can see from 20 to 40, then 40 to 60, and then 60 to 80, you have three range, right? So that means 25%. It is the correct option is 25%. As part of a statistic problem, Jim and Marta are mapping the heights of their family members. Which family has a lower median? So this is the point, that is the median, right? This point. So James family has 165 and Marta's family has 160. So the correct option is lower value is 160. That means the Marta's family has the lower median. The correct option is Marta's family, right? A manager at a supermarket noted the amount spent by customers enrolled in the frequent shopper program. This box and whisker plot shows the result. What is the lower quartile? 70 is the lower quartile, right? You can see here, this is the lower quartile, this point is median, this point is upper quartile. So lower quartile is at 70. The correct option is 70, right? A market research company surveyed a number of people about how much they spent at restaurants last month. This box and whisker plot shows the result. What is the median? So which is the correct option? Yes, the median is 20. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we are working on grade 7 math. The chapter we're working on is data and graphs. And the lessons we have covered today are they are interpret, create frequency charts, interpret circle graphs, create circle graphs and central angles, interpret line graphs, create line graphs, and the one we have just finished is interpret box and whisker plots, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9. Or either you can join me in the interactive session that is daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10, right? So that's all for today. If you have any question, you can please ask. No questions? Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.